Hi, I'm Yamini. When I was a kid, my father really tell me a lot of fairy tales. That was part of the reason why I so into fairy tales when I was a child. So when I was in the elementary school, I really went to the bookstores by many different versions of the fairy tales. And because I went to the hospital a lot because my illness, so my parents sent me to dance classes. That's part of the reason I was really into dancing at that time. So and then I went to the junior high school. I started to into cooking. At that time, my father was not at home sometimes, so and my mom was home alone and running around the business, so I was helping my mom with cooking. And then when I was a high school student, I studied a lot and I suffered from a lot of pressure from the study, and I always had a lot of junk food every day. I gained 30 pounds during my high school, which was a lot, and I like KFC a lot. And for like each week, I went to the KFC just to have four pairs of chicken wings, which is a lot for me at that time. But I'm also a good student. I stay up really late, 1 a.m. And I at that time I don't have so many friends. And at the final exam of the high school, I got good grades and I can apply for a good university. But my father convinced me not to go that university and study one more year and apply for another university. Apply for another university. So I was convinced by my I was persuaded by my father and agreed to study one more year in a private school. And I at that time I suffered more pressure ever before, and I went to karaoke once a week with my best friend and sing with another girl all the afternoon for 3 hours, which was a very long time for two girls. And I still remember, in order to have the in order to eat chicken wings, ran like 30 minutes just to get in time before the store closed and get four chicken wings. But I only had one because I gave the other three to my roommates, which shows I'm a really good roommate. And then I went to then after this year I had this big exam again, and I got a very similar grade and apply for the same university and again, and but with different program. So this time I choose the program which I like best. And I was pretty alone during the first week in my university. I even went to a restaurant, hot pot restaurant, alone, sitting that awkward and weird because in that kind of restaurant usually people friends they usually gather together and eat together, so it's pretty weird and awkward for me to see that just eat alone. But later after that I made a lot of friends, so I got to try different restaurants. I'm a foodie, so. And I also watched a concert of my favorite idol, George Allen, in my university during these university years. And I always hang out with my roommates in the middle of the night to sing karaoke, which was crazy at that time. I studied really hard in the university. I was always the first person to get up early to go to in the library when sometimes even in the winter it's still dark. It was still dark. So, but my motivation is pretty strong. I love English so much, and so I it's for me it's it's a it's so it's enjoyable for me. It's not like a task for me. It's not boring. It's interesting for me. So my biggest regret in my university is being single because my best friend, she has a boyfriend, and we always want to have double days together, but because of my personal reasons we just can't do this. Yeah. So now I'm a master student in at Western University, And the reason I choose this program is because I love English and also want to be a teacher. So I said to myself, why not to become an English teacher? So before I can, so that's the basic reason I choose to study abroad. Another very important reason is that I'm totally into Western culture. I like the way of their thinking. This individualism totally attracts me a lot, and the different food culture and the living habits and everything just attract me so much because I love to watch the American TV series, and everything they describe there is so attracts me. So that's why I came here and choose this program. But since I came to this place, I I began to think a lot since I studied this program. Before I consider myself as a learner, I never consider myself as a teacher. So now I'm considering myself as a potential teacher. When I learn things from the class, from the books, I consider myself. I ask myself, what can I use these activities to my future classroom? That's what I'm thinking. So I changed the way I'm thinking, and I feel like I grown a lot during this learning process. Before I came here, I think that uh, in the English teaching classroom, we should never use our first language. We should use the English language in the English learning environment. So that's what I was I was thinking before, but now after I learned those so much things from the books, from what teacher told us, I feel like I changed my ideas, and I think we should also use the Chinese, our first language, to communicate our ideas because it's more efficient and it's more easy to communicate sometimes. And also, what I learned from TESOL program is I think um, being a teacher is not easy. It's never easy. We should have more interactions in the classroom because in China we have very traditional classrooms. There is very less interactions have in the classroom is really teacher centered. Even in my university, we have teacher centered classroom. Usually the teacher was teaching all the time, and students just listen. And usually we are not that focused all the time. So I'm thinking when I was teaching my student, I will absolutely involve more interactions. So so that's my identity task. And thank you.